No, she made that a big issue. And guess what the women did? That's your lady. You supposed to stop and do. You supposed to take her to a nice, pretty bathroom. I said, oh, so these women narcissistic. I said, so this is what they dealing with?
The jury heard that Williams was a serial liar, describing her accounts as fabrication from first to last.
Single women are racing ahead of men in home ownership. How dare you not need me to do this thing?
Then Nikki Uvino drastically changed her story, admitting in a sworn statement that she made the whole thing up.
I'm on E and we late. She want me to stop at Chick-fil-A so she can use the bathroom. I say, well, we can go, cause we late and I gotta get some gas. You can go, well, I'm going to a new gas station. You can go use their restroom. She throws a fit because I won't make a extra stop so she can go use whatever bathroom she wants to use. Forget.
It happened. I always knew that she was, bad for the other team as well. But she sees now. Well, she saw, because it happened to her. She saw what they can do. She wasn't like that, I'm guessing. When she dealt with a guy, she was understanding. But she saw what men go through. Hell.
Forget that you making me late. Forget that I gotta get gas and I can say we can do one stop. No, she made that a big issue. And guess what the women did? That's your lady. You supposed to stop and do. You supposed to take her to a nice, pretty bathroom. I said, oh, so these women narcissistic.
Finally.
If you think that somebody is the stronger person, since you look at me as a man, because these women are not looking at me as a woman. Because the way I carry myself, the way I speak, my assertiveness, these women look at me as a man. So they treat me like one.
Right.
So in their mind, I was supposed to bend over backwards and take her to a special a special place to use the bathroom. To hell with me making a logical decision to do a one-stop shop so we can get on the road. I was the villain then. You're a narcissist. You're a narcissist. Why didn't you take your girlfriend to go use that bathroom? Wow.
The audacity.
I say, so this is what they dealing with?
Yes.
This?
Yes.
I say, I'm not getting no relationship to be no doggone slave and to cater to no egos, because women, we supposed to be working together. We supposed to be carrying an equal load.
Woo! She finally conceded. The Queenmaker was humbled. She got a small peak. See, she hasn't lived a full life as a man. She doesn't understand the turmoil. Now, you're still a lady, right? They won't say to you, hey, I couldn't dare walking around you. Or I was in the aisle, man, when I go to Home Goods, I want to be by myself. You don't got to go through that. You don't got to go through having a dating profile and no one talking to you. You don't have to go through, maybe you didn't get a haircut and then you're judged by it. Like, say, if I had on my hat, right, in a dating profile, I'm trying to get people, oh, with the hat on, he looks like this. It's crazy. But you got a small dose. How does it feel? How does it feel? Yeah.
These women are making bread off of some of these single women. I didn't know Drew Othello, or whatever her last name is married and or is engaged. You telling me for the last couple years, all her content has been, I hate all men or hate all men. That's how the people that follow me know me for. But yet she's in a relationship. She went through the talking stage. She's dated someone, is in a relationship with the gender that she has said that everyone should hate. And then I just found out that another woman creator, I think her name's Shonda or whatever, she had made videos about me before. She married too. So why don't they make videos about how they got into a healthy relationship? Why don't they make videos on how they kept their marriage together or how they keep things going well? Why did they say, oh, let's just make all hate videos? Is it because it's easy to influence some of you and there's money behind it, but some of you are so gullible and you have adapted this mindset, but the people that you follow are in happy relationships? it would be, you know what? Y'all got it. Y'all got it.
Yeah, it messes up the algorithm. I'll be real with you, right? Say if you said, hey, I'm in a happy relationship. Happy? People won't watch it. Oh, he's happy. No, I'm not watching that. Her views will go down in that video. She probably has. That's the thing. I think people probably need to check. I'm sure people did their due diligence and checked, but if they did, wouldn't get any views. And that's the wild thing. With the way the mind works, people want to see the drama. They need the drama. So, yes, it doesn't sell. That's what it is. He knew. He figured it out. He said, yeah, I see what the issue is. That's what it is.
I was definitely in a situation where I guess you could say, like, I was kind of straight financially because he was taking care of me. But then I got to a point to where I didn't like him anymore. So then it's like, I really need to make my own money now because I don't want to deal with you anymore. Like, this relationship has ran its course. And I think a lot of the time women don't talk about that part of dealing with somebody who is, like, quote unquote, taking care of you too. Because sometimes you don't even really like that man for real no more. You really don't want to have to deal with him, but you're dealing with him because of what he's doing.
Right. And I think that was your motivation as well.
And that was my motivation to really like get on my with this show.
22-year-old Eleanor Williams has been sentenced and jailed for 8.5 years for making false claims that she'd been beaten, raped, abused and trafficked by men. She posted pictures of her injuries on social media, which were self-inflicted, by using a hammer. At her trial, the jury heard that Williams was a serial liar, describing her accounts as fabrication from first to last. It all began on Facebook just after 2 p.m. in May 2020. The team at the Mail in South Cumbria were just as shocked and appalled as everyone else who saw that post, her 1,300 words. Williams described facing years of abuse at the hands of Asian grooming gang operating in Barrow and further afield. The Mail set about to report on that case. Horrific case of trafficking, a failure of the authorities to spot what was happening right under their very noses. But over the following days, it would become clear that potentially there was another story. The claims weren't quite as it seemed. Innocent men, such as Mohammed Ramzan, the Barrow businessman and entrepreneur, started to receive abuse and death threats in person and on social media. In the days after the post of Williams, Cumbria Police confirmed that they had in fact charged someone. That person turned out to be Williams. But the Cumbria Mail coverage led them to come under severe fire from the local community. Hundreds of abusive messages began to flood in to their Facebook page from people who saw their coverage and said that they were covering it up. They were covering up in a bid to silence Eleanor Williams from sharing the uncomfortable truths of what was going on in Barrow protecting paedophiles. Some local shops and other businesses decided they would no longer stock the Mail amid growing online campaign to boycott the newspaper. Threats were made against Mail reporters, but they were right. There was no cover-up. The Mail acted absolutely correctly. So, on my News Quest Investigates podcast this Wednesday, the 29th of March, I'll be hearing from the reporter, Dan Taylor, who was at the centre of this storm, and also the shocking story of how community turned on Mohammed Ramzan, who was falsely accused by Williams and trafficking. Such was the torment that he faced weeks of agonising worry and fear, and so much so that he even tried to kill himself. So join me on News Quest Investigates this Wednesday at 12:30 when I will bring you the shocking story about the false claims of fraudster Eleanor Williams.
She caused this man intense turmoil and pain. He tried to off himself. She deserves every year she's being charged with. And I don't want to wish any more harm on her because I'm about to say some foul things. But how dare you get someone locked up from lying? I remember before. I'm happy that it's changed now. I would say it before. I wish more of them would get locked up. Now, they're starting to lock them up. That's good. More of them need to face this.
Nikki Uvino was attending Sacred Heart University in Fairfield, Connecticut. She claimed the incident happened at an off-campus party, that two Sacred Heart football players pulled her into a bathroom, took turns holding her down, and sexually assaulted her. Uvino claims she repeatedly told the men she didn't want to be there, that she had friends waiting for her outside, and to please let her go. Both men admitted having sex with her, but said it was consensual. The players were not arrested, but one lost his scholarship, and both say they were pressured to leave school while they awaited disciplinary action. Then Nikki Uvino drastically changed her story, admitting in a sworn statement that she made the whole thing up because, quote, it was the first thing that came to mind, and she didn't want to lose another male student as a friend and potential boyfriend.
You can't make it up.
The document goes on to say Uvino hoped that when the other student heard the allegation, it would, quote, make him angry and sympathetic to her.
That's the reason why she did it. She wanted some sympathy. She wanted to give it up, and she was a pick-me. Guys say that. I heard some guys say that. Ladies that do things like that or that give it up easily are pick-me's. So you'll find some that give it up to the football player, thinking them doing it with 2 or 3 guys, they're gonna want you after that, or to be accepted. Shraggy. But what? God, nobody's gonna accept you. They're gonna see you as the jump off, somebody to call when they're drinking, smoking, and want to have fun. Yet you press charges because you feel you didn't get your way. This needs to stop. And it's going to stop because now they're getting thrown in jail.
I don't care what anyone says. I don't want my man liking other women's pictures. I just don't. And I don't think that makes me insecure or childish or anything of the sort. I just feel like that's a boundary that I've set, and it's something that should be respected. Like, I hate when men come on here and like, oh, she's so insecure for that. Oh, like, that's so childish. Grow up. No. I won't, because it's not. It's not just social media, because men like to get on here all the time and play stupid and act like it's just social media. Why does it matter? Because it does. Because it's not just social media. Like, you have a direct line of communication with this person. You're liking all their pictures. You're probably liking their stories, and I just don't know. Like, everybody knows what goes on Instagram. Everyone knows people slide in your DMs, slide in your story, like slide in this. Why would I want other people to see who you're potentially sliding on? Like, you can look all you want. I can't control your goddamn eyes, but like, why do you have to make it public so everybody else can see what you're literally liking with your eyes? Like, just look at it. You don't have to double tap. It's so simple. It's so simple to just look and keep scrolling. You don't need to notify the girl that you're looking at that you saw her picture. You don't need to notify the world. Like, oh yeah, hey, this guy has a girlfriend, but I always see him under so-and-so's pictures. Embarrassing, disrespectful. Okay, it's so simple, and I feel like men just want to play stupid all the time.
I'm not saying this is the case, but a lot of people that act how she's acting, it's to cover things up, right? I'm not saying that's the case, but it's because they're doing it or they do things freely that the man is not checking for. Because I'll let you know, a lot of times men don't check. Men don't check for it. Not because they're not doing it, because they're occupied with living their life. They're not thinking, let me see every single thing she's doing. But if he did a quick search, took her phone, searched through, scrolled through, he may find something. Maybe, maybe not. But beware of the ones that are overly jealous. Something could be landing there.
This is a warning to fabulous black women who are in the dating trenches trying to find a young gentleman. Just so you know, you've already been betrayed. You're going to need a new game plan, and history and sociology are 2 things that can help you. So let's kick off this series with what we already know. And that's the dating apps you use or don't use, the reality shows you love to hate watch or you don't watch at all, or you love to watch in your cute pajamas with snacks. Let's think about why people want you to get excited when there is a Black Bachelorette or for the casting of Love is Blind or Love Island USA. How does that actually improve your dating choices, and why should you be getting all excited about that? Usually these are things that make us roll our eyes. Like, we know she's fabulous, we're fabulous. What if you don't care or don't watch those shows? And don't you already have, with technology, all the available options to you anyways? You might think, okay, I have standards, I have my stuff together, and 60% of young men in the US are single. You have the internet, powerful algorithms, all sorts of apps that help you break out of the traditional limitations of the past where you could only date people who are like 35 or 50 miles from you. You're not in the 19th or 20th century, so you're not considered property, and as a Black woman, you're considered now womanly. So technically, you could find and evaluate every eligible guy that you're interested in or who might be interested in you. Nope, and the tools you're using are probably actually working against you. And that is where the betrayal lies. The betrayal that April Williams, a sociologist and a professor, goes into in her book, Not My Type. Dating apps tend to promise two things. It'll either mimic the traditional experience of finding people local to you or running into them, you're just now doing it online, or it will give you the vast menu of options. People from all over, anywhere you could look. So you think, I'm going to see the full list of what's out there and I'm going to swipe to the bottom. Of course, you might think and have your preferences about which apps are better than other ones, but you might not realize that sometimes they are within a conglomerate like Match Group, and the data and the information of your profile that you're sharing on one app might actually be shared internally, which means your score and profile information from one app, that history drags with you to another app. This is not a clean break. You're not starting over here. And why does that matter? Well, a lot of these apps use a human-made algorithm to rate you and give you that score I'm talking about. That's an internal score, not something that like other people give you or you give yourself. Your attractiveness as a match is turned into this score before you even swipe with other people or anybody sees your profile. And that score determines who you see and who gets to see you. April Williams points out that they take your physical attributes, these algorithms, and...
Now, I don't think it's even that, right? The title of the video, What is Making Black Women Undateable? I think is because the name they've gathered for themselves over the years, especially with other races, they see them in places in society carrying out, acting a fool, loud. So what people tend to do is they associate, it happens to Black men too, associates all Black women with one, and same thing for Black men. So what happens is you get thrown into a category and it works against you. Only difference between them and Black men is Black men are putting in the work, a lot more work actually. And it's not seen, well, it's seen now, especially with guys going to different countries to find women, guys, Black men being desired by women, a lot of women of other races, white women, Spanish women, Asian women, they all desire Black men. But Black women have a bad rap, and how can they fix it? They probably can't. They can't. If it's been patched and stamped on them and it's hard to avoid, you as a person have to be an outstanding individual and hope you meet someone in person, because as far as dating app, it ain't working.
You're a strong, independent woman. You don't need no man. Well, we need to know that your mortgage increased $1,000. I got other women that I'm seeing come up on my feed that's saying that they can't afford their rent. They need $4,000 to move into a new apartment. And I thought you was making six figures. You killing it. We supposed to feel some type of way?
He's mad because he's jealous. Single women are racing ahead of men in home ownership. So when a woman owns a home, they get mad about it because they're like, how dare you not need me to do this thing?
No wonder you're single.
That I can't even do by myself. It makes raggedy men happy to feel like a single woman isn't thriving on her own. Like they want her to feel like, see, that's why you should have had a man. You needed a man. Okay. But if she had said, I need a man to help me pay my mortgage, they would have called her a gold digger. So which one is it? She should have had a man to help her with the mortgage payments?
No. That's not the case. When he said what he said it exactly how he meant it. She's letting it be known she needs $1,000 because she wants somebody to voluntarily help. She's fishing. That's what she's doing. That's why she posted it online. That's why she did it. She didn't do it for content. She did it out of desperation.
Or you don't want to be used for money. Some of these men struggle to pay for a woman's meal on a first date, but here they are acting as if somebody's asking them for rent money and mortgage money. You've never covered a woman's rent in your life. Maybe she was talking to fellow single women, fellow homeowners, fellow women with the same kind of mortgage that she has. Nobody said that this single woman was talking to you, but you seemed triggered about the idea that a single woman could have, at least at one point, well afford her mortgage and didn't need a man to do it.
No, it has nothing to do with men. As I said, she was trying to see if anybody would volunteer. He just chose to spoke up and called her a single independent woman because that's what you are, right?
This lawyer named Jayoma is literally releasing supervillains onto the street. Like, this is crazy. Let's get into this. So this dude right here was charged with a crime of having possession of that purple drink with the Jolly Ranchers in it. And he was facing over 100 years. He had 13 prescriptions and it's 20 years per prescription. So you do the math. And somehow this dude Jayoma got him out. You know how many years that is? Let's do the calculations real quick. So I'm not the best mathematician. So I typed it in my calculator. 13 times 20 is 260 years he was supposed to be facing. This dude was supposed to be facing 260 years. And somehow this dude Jayoma, he's good. Case dismissed. Bro is literally the real Saul Goodman, bro. I'm not even gonna lie, Drake and Diddy need this lawyer, bro, if they trying to get their case dismissed, bro. But that's besides the point. Yeah, the comments go crazy under his post, bro. Jayoma, bro. You him.
Actually, I've seen all of his posts. I took a look at his channel. And he's getting people off for everything. I mean, I guess he's a good lawyer. I guess if you bump into some trouble, call that guy because he's doing the work. 260 years? How did he do it? He knows the judge. He knows the people who are prosecuting. He knows them all. He's connected. Use him.
There used to be a time in my lifetime where when women liked you, they would let you know. Women would actually flirt, send choosing signals. And today, most women act like they want you to crawl across broken glass and supplicate yourself at their feet just to ask for their IG.
That's how it is. And what's happened is most men are not giving that energy. And I like it. I'll be honest. I like it. Right? Men are refusing to give that energy. And they're being called feminine for it. Right? Just because they want somebody to reciprocate that energy. But when I saw this girl in my last video I reacted to actually show that, she bought the man some shirts and she was willing to pay for the third day, I said, she's trying to get kept. That's what you do if you want a man. Show some effort. Because guys, that's the only way guys are going to get with you because they realize it's definitely more to life than getting with a woman. That's not like that.
I am leaving and I am never coming back.